It's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. We are here on this Tuesday evening in the mothership that is Studio 22. Of course, Mark Tate, the puppet master himself, is at the helm driving this big sucker. We're starting to get used to it. Starting to feel the room. Starting to get used to the new studio. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, if you're watching this, you're on YouTube, which is where you should be, because we're taking everything off of Facebook. So tell all your friends they've got to subscribe to the Chad Prather YouTube channel, okay? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. We're taking it away from you, folks. We've made it too easy for you putting it on Facebook. So everything's got to go to YouTube. I've been telling you this, and let me be honest with you, you've been real good about transitioning over. But what we got to do, we got to double these numbers, or Glenn Beck's going to fire me. I'm just kidding. I'm coming for you, Beck. I want you to subscribe. Go where podcasts are offered. I want to double the numbers in the next week. Think we can do that, Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians? You think we can?
I think we most definitely can.
I think we can if people would just do it. Just do it. Monday through Thursday night, 6 p.m. Texas time, because that's the only time that matters. That's where you're going to get it. If you want to listen to it, 3 p.m. Texas time. It's on. Audio is out there for the podcast. And Trump is a genius. We're going to talk about that today. And sometimes he's not so much of a genius. We're also going to talk about that today. We're going to royally piss off several religions, and you're going to like it, okay? So we're going to get into this episode momentarily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Basically the greatest show out there. Pretty much the best. Y'all know it's true. You know what? Look, but I will tell you something that sucks. Losing your hair. Going bald as a man sucks. You're missing a hormone. It's DHT. There's only 2 FDA-approved hair treatment products that help control your DHT and prevent the hair loss. Will trigger hair regrowth in a good percentage of you guys. That's just for you guys, okay? Until now, the problem with getting anything that had the DHT in it was how expensive it was, and you had to go to the doctor to get a prescription. But you don't have to do that anymore, because we have Keeps. That's right. You've heard me talk about it before. Keeps offers the generic versions of those FDA-approved hair products. So not only are they up to 90% effective, they're totally affordable. And I'm going to help you get started with it because I got a deal for you. And you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go visit the doctor. You're just going to go to Keeps.com. You don't have to leave the couch. You take a couple pictures of your head, answer a few questions, snap some pics. Licensed doctor is going to review everything, recommend the right hair loss treatment for you, and then it's going to ship discreetly to your door. Gotta love that. So I want you to get your hair back or keep what you've got. Go to Keeps.com. You get a free online consult from the doctor and 50% off your first order. That's right, 50% off. Go to Keeps.com/loss, L-O-S-S, Keeps.com/loss, Keeps.com/loss. We're going to get into the show. Y'all hang tight. Be right back. The Texas legend is in the house, Mr. Steve Helms. Boom, boom, boom.
He lives in a bottle, a keg or a glass, in smaller doses. Man, he's a blast. But I wind up in trouble and go off the deep end when I spend too much time with my worst best friend. 'Cause he makes me laugh and he makes me cry. He makes me tell the truth when I probably should lie. Even got me arrested and fixed up with twins. That's why I call him my worst best friend. Yeah, Prather, he's my worst best friend.
We're back, everybody, and let me tell you something. I feel the need to spit, Natalie. You ever just get that thick mouth?
I just did it last episode.
Yeah, did you? Like you just want to haul off and hawk a loogie across the studio? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got the thick stuff.
Do it.
You know. Let's piss people off right off the bat. Milk is bad for you. Did you know that?
I've heard.
It's bad for you, Natalie. I'm telling you.
Because of the hormones?
Well, no, it's just bad for you. Your body rejects milk.
Oh.
You ever drink it and you get that phlegm kind of stuff in the back of your throat?
A little bit.
You know, kind of that's your body rejecting the milk. Mm-hmm. You know? It's just, anyway.
Well, when I was
That's the kind of feeling I have in my mouth right now.
When I
My
was-
body's rejecting something. Might be the 9 gallons of whiskey I drink over the weekend.
maybe you should mix the two.
Yeah, milk and whiskey.
Yeah.
You were at West Point all weekend long.
I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your husband's 20th
20-year reunion.
from the military academy. West
Yes.
Point.
Boy, that is a beautiful place. Have you ever been?
Gorgeous. Yep.
It is. It's sobering
Yeah.
and a little scary.
Why?
You know, the cadets are all there and you're just watching how they always seem a little bit like they're just one bad decision from walking hours. There's your bed isn't made perfectly, and then they start full uniform walking hours. And Joseph, even when we landed in Newark, he said, he admitted this flood of emotions is coming back because, you know, when they get time off, they get to get a break, have fun, and then as soon as they start to land back in New York, everything's gray, and you're kind of going back to prison.
Yeah,
You
well,
are,
hey, go
so-
Army.
Yes, beat Navy.
Over in the Party Foul Pub, got Steve Helms, the Texas legend. Allie Mae Allison is sitting over there. What's up, buddy?
Hi, little buddy.
Hi, little
Little
buddy.
buddy.
Party Foul Steve. I got to give props
Hey.
to Party Foul. I was in a condition last night where I needed to get home and didn't need to be driving. So party time, Mom.
Oh, it's going to cost you.
Steve. Oh yeah, Steve. So
gonna
Steve
cost you.
finally got to drive the Corvette.
Yeah, I drove it.
I was trying to change gears for him.
He was telling me, you need to shift gears. You need to shift gears. Reaching over there, grabbing. I had to slap
Well, I mean,
his
Steve
hand.
can't drive, right? But it just whatever.
Hey, back to your milk thing. Milk is okay. You're just getting it from the wrong tip.
Oh,
Today I feel like I've got 12 puppies and 8 tits. You know what I mean? Like there just ain't enough nipple to go around. You ever had that feeling? Like there's just so much going on?
Hang on, I'm writing this song right now.
that
Yeah.
is.
I'm writing this.
12 puppies and 8 tits. Sarah Gonzalez, speaking of beautiful people. We had a great time, didn't we, on, was that Saturday?
We did.
You and Steven came, and we sat there. Allison was there, and we sat around the bar and watched football all day long, and it was a good time.
It was a good
Thank you for
time.
making the drive over to Fort Worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
country.
I love going to Fort Worth. It's just got such a slower pace than
Fort Worth's fantastic.
Dallas.
It's a great place.
Was everybody over here in Fort Worth?
I love how I'm
All through the
3
weekend.
minutes from where they were, and I didn't get a text or
I
a
didn't-
phone call once. Yeah.
Oh, did we? You didn't get the memo?
Yeah,
that,
thanks.
Wow. Okay.
Well, where were you?
I wasn't there.
No, we knew that. That was by design. Over there driving the mothership, Puppet Master Mark and Candice, the queen of the Ethiopians. Did you kids do anything this weekend that was any fun? No.
Not too
That's
much.
great.
I saw the Joker this weekend.
I saw Joker
Yeah.
too. I was
Me
talking
too.
about that.
It was
Did you
interesting.
like it?
I had mixed feelings about it.
Me too.
Some parts of it, I liked the production of it. Some of it was a little bit too realistic, I thought.
I loved
Deeply
it.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
You liked it?
I loved it. I mean, it wasn't an uplifting movie, but I
No.
thought it was amazingly done.
The acting was tremendous, of course. The way it was shot, tremendous. But let me tell you, disturbing movie.
Very.
Like too real.
Yeah, the mental health stuff
Yeah.
was what really was
I mean, it very.
got me. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Oh, I highly recommend it. It's a disturbing look at mental illness. I mean, it's strong. Because we talked about it the other day on the News and Why It Matters with Sarah. And that's one of those deals where you don't blame the artist for the art. You know, you have to be able to see it for what it is and then walk away from it. And you take your own opinion with it. But this one, I can see why maybe this movie shouldn't have been made.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you not think though? I felt like it made me more aware of, hey, we should be thinking before we're just treating total strangers like garbage.
Right.
Right. Not that that's something that I do, but my hope was that it would, my hope was that society would be like, oh, I guess we shouldn't just, bully random people that we don't
Yeah.
know. Cause that is happening a lot in society. And I hoped that maybe it would create some introspection.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it won't, but
You walked away from it positively.
I mean, I wasn't happy. Like, it wasn't a happy, uplifting thing, but I just felt like, wow, it really makes you think about how you're treating people and what that,
Which
what
is a
that could
lesson
do.
you should learn because you're pretty strong. You're a lot.
I am a lot to handle.
You're a lot of extra.
I'm not for everyone.
You're an acquired taste. I love you. I love you. Good Lord, have mercy.
You just raise the sales for it, that's for sure.
Well, maybe
People are going to go see it.
I think people should see it. I think it's a discussion starter for sure, and it's something to I don't know that I necessarily want my kids to see it.
Did you see CNN was saying that it's his character was based on Trump followers, Trump supporters?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
People are stupid.
Orange man bad.
People are so
fake news.
stupid. I mean, it's just dumb. Everything's Trump. Everything. So what's going on in the news right now is Trump is pulling everybody out of Syria, and in advance of what they expect to be a Turkish invasion there. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think, Sarah?
I don't love it.
Yeah, me either.
I think that we owed the Kurds, but it is what it is. It's hard because then you're like, okay, but should we be staying in places indefinitely?
Yeah.
And obviously, it's like what we're doing, staying in, all of these foreign countries indefinitely is not working. So I understand wanting to try something new, but I think that the repercussions are going to be negative.
I think probably so. I mean, it's not a strong look for Trump, to be pulling out. And
He's not a warmonger. He's
not, but there is also a place for it, though.
But he's not pulling everyone out.
Pretty much. And I get his perspective in that he says, look, we've given the Kurds a lot of cash and a lot of equipment over the years. We were only supposed to be in there a couple of months. Trump comes in there and wipes out the ISIS caliphate in there, and he looks at it as, okay, the job's done. Now, the Kurds are kind of being left exposed with this deal, and you hate that. But he's also asked, Europe to step up, different countries in Europe, and they're not doing it. We've been holding on to terrorists in prison, trying to send them back to their countries, and they won't take them back. And Trump's like, I'm done with this, What do you do? I mean, it's almost a no-win situation. It really is. But with Syria, if the Kurds are attacked and they get decimated, then it opens up the door for another revival of terrorist activity that's there. So we'll see. I mean, Captain Bone Spurs, isn't that what they call him? He doesn't like to go. He didn't go to Vietnam either. Look, I'll call Trump out when I see it. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's not a strong look for Trump right now.
Yeah, I never like it when he's not following the suggestions of the experts in military around him.
Well, hashtag Mattis is trending today because, Jim Mattis, they're like, hey, it's time for you to speak up. Of course, he's out. He resigned over this same kind of issue. But anyway, speaking of freak shows, Pope Francis. Did we make everybody mad? He's not a good pope. I don't like this pope.
Is he too?
He's too liberal.
He's pretty liberal.
For you.
I mean, he's
okay.
a nut job.
He is.
Right?
He's liberal. Yeah, I'm not Catholic, so.
Me either. But I mean, and no disrespect to Catholics.
Right.
But this thing is messed up. But he's considering lifting the celibacy requirement for priests. Which I say, why not?
Yeah, might cut down on some of the pedophilia and stuff that's rampant over the church the last few years.
Some. So,
Are you saying that? Wait, what?
Go
How do
ahead,
you make
Steve.
that
Let's get
connection,
into this.
Steve?
Oh, let's get into it.
How do you make that connection?
What do you mean? Well, if the
celibate,
priest can't get married, they're going to look somewhere.
Well,
and what's nearest to them? Kids, right?
Boy, you really boiled that one down quick, didn't you?
Did I do it too quick? Did I boil that down too quick?
I mean,
Well, you have the whole face of the church right there going to change the way that they practice.
Yeah.
And Catholics probably, I guess it is probably the largest behind, what's the largest religion in the world?
Roman Catholicism.
Okay. So I didn't know if it was one or two, but you're changing the entire face. And we saw this happen whenever they, a while back when they started letting women be priests.
Yep.
And so it's changing kind of with culture and everything going on in the world. They're just going with the flow.
At this point, honestly, Islam could be the largest. I'm not sure. I mean, Christianity as a whole, you would say yes. The Christianity, if you're going to lump Catholics and Protestants in together, but either way, I mean, pedophilia among the priesthood has been a problem. I mean, we know that.
Yeah,
it's been something that they've let slide. It hasn't been cracked down on, but there's about 85% of the villages in the Amazon right now, they can't celebrate Mass every week because of the region's shortage of priests. And so the deal is if they'll allow married, quote, proven men who are respected in the community to be ordained, it's a potential solution. So basically, they're just going to take good men and make them priests.
Personally, I don't have a problem with that. I understand in Catholic religion is that the priests are married to the church.
Correct.
And that should be their one and only focus. But, hey.
Well, the idea is they're an incarnation of Christ, so to speak. The Pope, certainly. And the church is the bride, so they would be, that's their deal. And that's why nuns don't marry, because they're married to Christ. So it's a stretch. If you're asking me.
And do we have the same pedophilia problems with the nuns? Just saying. Just saying.
I don't know. Let's do some research. I'll get back to you.
I could say some things there that would really make people upset. I'm not trying to upset anybody today, but I'm in one of those moods that I just don't care.
Oh, that's normal.
Is there another mood for you? Is there another mood for you?
Not so much. Not so much. And I'll tell people to do something else. Stop doing stupid stuff online. Stop posting dumb things. Like this teacher in Iowa that posted the thing about Greta Thunberg. She's visiting the reservations there, the Dakota reservations or whatever, and her picture was on Facebook, and he commented under it, said, don't have my sniper rifle. And so they suspended him from his teaching job.
As they should.
As they should. I mean, that's dumb. It's stupid. It's stupid. Don't talk about killing people. I mean, what world are you living in?
Why is she not back at school?
I don't know.
I'm just asking because she said that was the one thing she's missing school to come and,
that whole
send this
thing's a
message.
joke.
She's getting an education.
She's here to save all of us, Natalie. It's her duty.
I mean, again, I go back to our friend Scott Pressler and various others who are out there doing stuff. I mean, Scott Pressler's going into these cities and cleaning up 40, 50 tons of trash. And you got this kid who's accomplished nothing, does nothing, knows nothing. She's just a outspoken
actor.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, don't threaten to kill her, okay?
No, you shouldn't do that.
Don't do all that stuff. People are crazy. Candace, remember to scrub my Twitter.
I'll jump right on that.
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, people do think they live in this weird world. They think they're safe behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
They're not. Oh, God bless them. Trump told Republican lawmakers that he didn't want to call the president from the Ukraine, Zelensky. He said he didn't want to call him. Mm-hmm. He didn't want to make the phone call, which, of course, is the one that now has caused the impeachment inquiry. Mm-hmm. I made a vow over the weekend to use the word whistleblower as much as I could. Just whistleblower, whistleblower, whistleblower. These words we come up with, these phrases, and then they catch.
They quickly lose their meaning.
I mean, it's just dumb. I mean, when have we ever talked about a, quote, whistleblower? I mean, that's the dumbest phrase. It's another word for tattletale. Mm-hmm. I mean,
a referee.
So now you've got a what?
A referee.
Shut up, Steve. And so we got.
So now there's a second whistleblower.
Everybody's whistleblowing.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a whistleblower on the whistleblower.
Yeah, everybody's whistleblowing. You think so? There's speculation out there, like one of the former VPs for the Trump organization. She came out and said that she believes Trump will resign in order to save face, because rather than get impeached, he'll just resign the presidency.
No. He'll go down in a blaze of glory.
You don't know. Yeah, I mean, you work for the man. You know he ain't gonna. No way.
Just like they said he was going to do when the tapes came out.
Yeah.
The P word tapes came out, and they were like, "Oh, he's going to have to resign." Yeah. How did that work out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, look, there's people.
Well, I said this last time we talked about this, that this transcript is really a memo. It's not that was not recorded. So do y'all agree?
Well, there's transcriptionists that listen in on the calls.
I understand, but it's still a memo because it's not recorded. So even in the transcript, there's ellipsis. Mm-hmm. So everybody wants to hear what the what comes after the ellipsis. So now we have somebody who was actually listening in on the call, who is the second whistleblower, that can actually kind of fill in the. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Is it too low?
I don't think so. I mean, I wasn't, but I am now.
He was looking at the second.
I was admiring your manicure there.
Oh, thanks.
Your little glitter nails. You and your
He's
husband are
still
so
thinking
ugly.
about milk over there.
Back with that 2% conversation.
Sorry, it went from that. Just blow,
Hashtag
blow
almost
your
me.
whistle. Blow
Hashtag
your
almost
whistle.
me.
So this was not a recorded conversation.
Right.
He's
No.
going to be impeached over. I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend.
Exactly. But what Trump says now is his perfect conversation, of course, as he calls it, is that he's blaming it on Rick Perry, former governor of Texas, Secretary of Energy. Yeah. And isn't it funny that Rick Perry, back during the debates, during the campaign, said that they should eliminate the energy department, and now he's the Secretary of Energy. I hate Republicans.
Go Aggies.
You can't
I
beat
hate
him.
everybody. I really do.
Join him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so just
Maybe
silliness.
maybe Perry came into found something that was kind of hinky when he got in that position about Biden or Biden's son, and so he's like, "There's something there."
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Perry influencing the Trump to
Saying, well, he is Secretary of
call.
Energy, so we're
Secretary
talking
of
about Burisma.
exactly an energy company.
Yeah.
There's something.
Okay, I see your
Oh,
connection
There's
there.
a connection there. So
be.
Trump's going to expose everybody. He might pull himself down, but everybody else coming with him.
Perry said, not once is God as my witness, not once was a Biden name, not the former vice president, not his son ever mentioned.
Well, he doesn't have to mention his name. He can just say, well, there's a former vice president. You might want to look into his son's dealings.
So Perry's spokeswoman, acknowledged that Perry encouraged Trump to talk to Zelensky to discuss matters related to their energy security and economic development. So, I don't know. You think he's going to get impeached? You think that'll go through?
No,
I don't either.
absolutely not.
I don't think
But
so.
now, when I was at West Point, I had several people say yes. So
The elitists at West Point
yes,
think so. Yeah,
I'm like,
I
you don't know.
I just don't. I cannot see. I mean, think about everyone was convinced that Kavanaugh was going to be impeached too. When there was
Yes.
no proof, it was just hearsay, accusations based on nothing, and look how that turned out. I just don't think the American people will stand for that.
He got his junk grabbed. He got his penis pushed into a woman's hand at a party.
He's the victim here.
What's all? Yeah.
He didn't ask for his penis to be pushed
He
into
didn't ask
someone's
for
hand.
anything.
That is assault.
That whole deal is you
Happens.
just grab people by the crotch or accuse somebody of grabbing you by the crotch. These days, that's the coup de grace right there. I mean, it's boom.
But I think that when Kavanaugh was nominated, I think that the American people had sort of a breaking point. That we had all of this #MeToo stuff come into play, and
Yeah.
American people finally said, you know what, we're not going to completely ruin a man's career based on no evidence.
Yeah.
That's not the way that this country works.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think we're in big trouble if the impeachment does go through, just as a republic.
I think we're in trouble anyway. I think we are. I mean, it's just the pure animosity and pure hate for this man that it's crazy to watch.
I
Week to
watched-
week, I'm always looking forward to what are they going to throw at him next, because it is kind of funny. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's entertaining.
This morning, I watched a little bit of The View. That is really hard to watch.
What are you doing?
Why did you do that to yourself?
Well, because
Are
you
you
want
on
to be
drugs?
well. I know. I get it. It's Joy Behar's birthday, and to sit there and watch the hate spew, and even Whoopi opened up with, we have a really well-rounded crew here. Just laugh. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, not in any way. And nobody Meghan McCain might have a crush on you, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe. So what would you do if they invited you on that show?
I'd go.
You would go.
Of course I would.
You don't think they would tear you apart? Not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
Not
they won't
Chad.
let you
They'd probably
and by
try.
tear you apart, they won't let you get a word in edgewise, because
okay.
Whoopi will throw a fit and everybody will leave.
I pray to God they have me on. I
do
pray
too.
to my dear Lord.
I was thinking about that this morning. Like, what would happen if they invited you on that show? Because they're ready, right? They've got their guns blazing.
No,
Ironically,
I hope they'll have me on. They almost did at one point, back when I had a career.
maybe we should try to get you on the show.
Megan, if you're listening,
Yeah,
Megan.
call him.
Yeah, Bill Maher almost had me on too. He turned that idea down pretty quick.
I want you on the 5. That would be
on
interesting
everything.
for
Yes.
a week. I want you on the 5 for a week on
I
Fox.
just want to be on the Glenn Beck.
Candace,
I want
make
you
it
on the News
happen.
and Why
She's
Matters.
gone.
Yeah.
Mark, make it happen.
I
want you to be good and funny on your own shows, man. That's all I want.
Security.
Need to escort for Steve Helms.
Yeah. Can we revoke his credentials? No, so Botham Jean
Yes.
was murdered, and Amanda Geiger, who walked into the apartment. It's a crazy story.
It is.
Have you ever done that before? Walked into the wrong apartment?
Well,
I have. I scared
believe
the
that.
I
crap
went at a
out of this
hotel.
black
In
lady one
hotels,
time.
you go to the wrong room because it all looks the same.
Yeah.
And I think 90-something people testified that live in that complex
It is kind of
that they have gone to the wrong apartment before. And his door was cracked open, I guess, for some reason.
It's a weird deal. I mean, I have a hard time believing that was a premeditated, like she didn't plan on just walking in and killing somebody. You know, here's an off-duty cop who thinks that her house is, so she pulls her gun and goes in. But I would also recognize that it's not my home as soon as I open the door.
Well, and there was no alcohol or drugs involved. I think she had just gotten off work. They blamed it on being exhausted.
She walked in somebody's house and murdered them.
She did.
At the end of the day.
That's exactly what happened.
And
So, yeah.
it's sad. It's very sad, but we got to pay the consequences for mistakes that we make.
But Chad, as you mentioned, I mean, premeditation is part of
Yeah.
a murder conviction. It's hard to see any sort of premeditation there.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly she killed the guy, obviously.
Well, she did it with intent, so that's what
Right.
it becomes second-degree murder.
Yeah,
because she says I did intent because that's how they're
Right,
trained.
yeah. She's like, yeah, I wanted to kill him. I thought he was in my house.
Because they did put manslaughter on the table,
Right.
Like, and then I'm assuming because I think the jury had 2 questions
Yes.
during
One was the
deliberations, and
castle
one of them was,
doctrine.
please give the definition of manslaughter.
Yeah, and that's it's a weird deal because, like, I did do that one time. I was on the wrong floor.
You killed someone when you walked into their house?
Yes, I
You shouldn't do that.
I was on the wrong floor, and I walked into the apartment because I lived in a pretty confusing apartment complex too, and it was
But you
not trying
were
to be
drunk.
funny.
She
drunk.
wasn't drunk.
But were you drinking though? And I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I was. I was.
She was not. She had just gotten
Yeah.
off duty.
I scared the mess out of this black woman though. I walked right in. She's in her nightgown. She's like, "Holy hell!"
Probably still friends with her.
Yeah.
They're total best friends.
If she would have been the black police officer that came home from his work and she was in her house, would we have the same 10 years, or how would that do? Because that's I feel like there's probably some of that affects.
Yeah.
Well, and Steve, if Botham was white, would she have shot him? I mean, there's so many questions you just don't know the answers to.
But of course, it was a pretty touching moment when the brother gave the forgiveness and hugged her and said, "I wish you didn't have to go to jail," and all this stuff. I mean, it was a very powerful thing. But did
That
y'all
part of
see
it was
where?
awesome.
Huh?
That part of it was awesome. It was what the judge did, though.
And she accepted Christ into her heart when the judge gave Amber the
They
Bible.
should send her down to the Amazon to be a priest. See, that's funny.
Yeah.
Come on, Helms.
Women can be priests.
But the story does it in there.
No.
Now,
Plot twist.
his neighbor, Joshua Brown, just got killed. They say he was assassinated. Botham Jean's neighbor, Joshua Brown, was assassinated, his family lawyer says, and is refusing to rule out police involvement after he was gunned down just days after testifying in Amber Geiger's murder trial. 28 years old, shot dead outside an apartment complex in Dallas.
The appeal paperwork was already written and done as soon as that came
Well, it
down.
should have been.
And yeah,
So that just crazy. I mean, that's randomly coincidental to
or not.
interesting.
How long will it
Coincidental.
take for this to become a movie?
Yeah, that's-
Released.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're calling it a hit by the cops. I don't know. Then, of course, somebody said, all it takes is common sense to know what, quote, group of individuals had him murdered. Weird. Yeah. Get on Twitter, man. Read all about it. That's where you find the truth.
Oh, AOC.
Not so much.
AOC tweeted about it.
I just love everybody today. I do. I'm going to Tulsa this weekend. Friday night, I've got a show there. Then I've got a show in Wichita, Kansas. Y'all should come.
Let's
I'll
go.
be there.
Yeah. Y'all should come to it. You can go to watchchad.com, get tickets. Then I'm going to Nashville, playing a golf tournament for Soldier's Child. Ooh, I hope that's the right organization. Yeah. You weren't invited. It's celebrities only.
Are you good? Are you a good golfer?
Nope. No, I used to be a good golfer. I'm not anymore. I don't play enough. Yeah, I was pretty good.
He owns golf clubs. He's better than I am.
Once upon a time. Yeah.
I think so. That's
Hey.
qualification.
Steve doesn't have to buy anything. He just borrows all my stuff.
Yes.
Guns.
Bow. I need a bow right now.
I
Does
bet
it
you
borrow
do.
if he doesn't return it? Does that still count as
I
borrowing?
try to return it, but he's like, I just keep it. Okay.
I don't think that's how I ever had a conversation with
Corvette?
you ever. I don't
No,
think so.
I took the Corvette back.
I wanted to ask
Yeah.
y'all a question, just because this tweet
I want
I
that
read
trip.
this morning, about the turkey. Donald Trump said, as I've stated strongly before, and I just want to reiterate, if Turkey does anything that I, in my great and unmatched wisdom, consider to be off limits, I'll totally destroy and obliterate the economy of Turkey, which I have done before. But that, in my great and unmatched wisdom, is this the piece that he just does to get everybody fired up? Like,
is.
is he just doing it just to be, because like Joey Behar is going to explode on her birthday?
Yeah, he goes and tweets that and smirks to himself and puts his phone back in his pocket like, all right, go ahead,
Wipes
media.
his butt and then gets
run
up
with it.
from the toilet.
Lose your minds. He's eating it up.
But if it stops a war, then have the battle on Twitter.
See, people take that seriously. That
Yes.
stuff, when he says that stuff. We chuckle because people don't understand the sense of humor that's there. I mean, he's like a kid just having a good time.
Kudos on the grammar.
He's got undertones
Comma.
there, though.
In my
I mean, yeah,
It's a warning.
he's doing it. He's doing it on purpose, but it is kind of funny to watch. Yeah, but people are like, no, that presidential, got to be presidential, got to be blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter what he
It's the
does.
reason we voted him. We're tired of presidential.
right.
I'm tired of politicians. Both sides. Both
Yes.
sides.
Amen.
F the left. No, it's party time, Mom. I got my F the left shirt in. I didn't wear it. Hey, people need to get that. I think that's I want to know how many of those we sold. It was a bunch. I love this studio. Look how they painted the wall back there.
They did a great job.
Look at this surprise I got for everybody. Come over here. Come over here. Look at this surprise. See, you guys just thought that this show was over, but no. Oh, Jade popped in, huh, baby? Mwah, mwah, mwah. You smell my makeup? Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Well, tell the world hello. You can like wave at the. Yeah. We love it when Jade is on the show. I had an accident last night.
Here we go.
Jade and I had a little
Here's
squabble.
a segue.
Jade and I had a little squabble, and I was walking into the other room, and she thought I was throwing stuff. I wasn't. I was dying. I tripped over the dog gate and fell. Hit my head on the ground. Hit my escape. Messed my elbow up. Busted my hip. It hurts. It hurts. I just stood in the mirror and looked at it naked all morning long, and then I threw
Getting a
up.
tattoo that says karma. Is that what you're getting?
It hurts, man. Got a broken hip. God bless all you old folks. Funny. I can't help it.
I think that the message is don't mess with Jade.
Yeah.
She didn't even have to touch you.
Yeah.
Karma just came and got you.
True. Years ago, I broke my collarbone messing with Jade. I fell off the curb
Rest my case.
in front of the house.
do you break your collarbone doing
I
that?
fell.
You're having
Again.
a lot of
And landed on
accidents
my
around
shoulder.
the house, Chad. I'm
thought
concerned.
I
How
thought
tall
that
are
it
your
was,
curbs?
I know.
They're the standard 4 inches. And I fell right off.
We live on top of the Grand Canyon. That's my curb.
Well, I was, yeah. And so I thought it had just dislocated, right? Because it was all out of whack. So I went in there and wrapped a belt around the doorknob and around my wrist and tried to pull it back into place.
Oh, gosh.
But we wound up going to the emergency room. It was broken. It's still broken. It's still separated. It's a level 3 separation. The doctor said, well, it'll be fine. Just we won't do surgery to put it back on there, but we'll probably have to shave the bone off when you're older because you'll get arthritis in it. And I'm like, I rebuke you, Satan. Yeah, your husband had to go to the ER last night because of, he bought your daughter a motorbike. And I was like, well, that's a monumentally bad decision. I mean, and then he went out there and wrecked it in the front
I don't
yard.
know if she's ready for that. And I said, well, I don't think she's going to be 45 trying to pop wheelies in the dark.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, hey, love everybody. Come see me out on the road. Next week, we got a show in Victoria, Texas. We've got a show in Addison. Got a show in Houston. Addison, the President Trump was so excited that he scheduled his Dallas rally for the same night. And people were like, you need to cancel your show and go support the president. I mean, you need to shut up.
The president needs to
making money.
cancel
How
his
much is
show
the
and come
president
support
paying?
you.
Yeah. I'm like, I think you could give up a few hundred people, you know?
Well, who knows? Maybe he'll
come.
decide to stop by
Yeah,
after
he'll
his
cancel
Well,
rally.
his
in
show.
his unprecedented wisdom and unmatched,
Unmatched.
you know, I'm sure he
Unmatched.
will. Unmatched wisdom.
It's a good reason to buy tickets to the show.
Yeah.
I heard he
cheap.
never missed a show.
There you go.
He watches you every day.
There you go. I love you, DJ T. I love you. Get your shirt. Party time, Mom. No, I'm not looking at your chest.
DTJ.
DJT.
Oh, DJT.
Donald John Trump.
Oh, I thought it was Donald Trump Jr.
No. That's DJ TJ.
Got it.
Yep. LMNOP.
Those are great.
LGBTQ plus.
New T-shirts.
Yeah. UCLA. PP.
OPP.
NAACP. BLM. They all watch our show. It's great. ACLU. So I love y'all. God bless. Talk to you next time.